So in this video, really quickly, I'm just going to show you some of the stocks that I'm looking at for next week and perhaps the weeks forward that might be potential that fall in the whole ethically sound Sharia compliant parameters. So one of my strategies I come across GSV, which is the Gold Standard Venture Corporation. They're currently priced at $2.46. They are on the Amex exchange. And as you can see, obviously the industry is gold, and their market cap is about $498 million, so close to 500 million. So they sort of do fall in that category of being, on the fundamentals side of things. Now here's the thing: if I were to buy this stock, I would not buy it at current price. I would actually wait for it to go above the last 2 weeks. So I would probably be looking to buy it at $2.90. Or I would be looking to buy it at $3 right when it breaks above here, because once it does that, it's giving me the probability that's going to continue moving up. Yes, if I want, I can buy it above $2.51, but it'll be a little more tricky for me just because I feel like that it's starting to get into that downtrend. And if you look at the monthly chart historically, this is the price where it has started to stall from. So I would rather wait for a breakout above this to give me as a confirmation that, hey, I'm ready to move up. And then a stock like that, like this one, can triple in a year, because 3.64 basically means the difference between the 52-week high and the 52-week low. So 3 times its value it can increase within a year. And just to show it to you as a proof, if you look here at 2016, it started 2016 at 55 cents, okay, very low. And as gold increased, by the end of the year, it had hit over $3.20. So from 55 cents of low to $3.20, that's a huge range. So we look for stocks like that as well, on the Sharia compliance side of things. And that's just one of the parameters I use along with my own proprietary algorithm that I spoke about. The other one that I feel like would be a better option to buy is ALDR, which is a biotech company worth 1.2 billion. And their debt to equity ratio is, this is when it shows the ... it is less than 30, but it might be 0 or even a negative in some cases. Now I try to avoid the negative ones, but this is probably a 0. We can look it up on Yahoo Financials or something. So on baseline, it looks like a decent stock that falls into the Sharia compliant parameters. Now, if I were to buy this stock, it's currently at $23.95. I would be looking to buy it at $25.50. And here's the thing: a stock like this can easily, even if you buy it at $25, can easily go to $30, $31. So you can be making a 20% return once there's a breakout. That's the beauty of the strategy that I'm using. Seabridge Gold, another gold company. I feel like that these are all starting to go into a downtrend, so I'm just going to stay put. Semiconductors are always very powerful. This company is at $46.24, 2.9 billion, positive debt to equity ratio. I would probably be looking to buy it at around $47.78, because that gives me a potential, or even the breakout at the high of $53.85, because I need really high probability trades, right? So I need confirmation that, hey, not just that they are meeting the fundamental stuff, but also the technical aspect that gives them the boost. EVC, it's broadcasting, so I don't know much about broadcasting. I try to steer away from them based on what kind of shows that they're showing. And plus it has a debt to equity of negative 3.8. It's right there at 556 million. So at that rate, with a negative debt to equity, I start to get a little concerned. But if I were to buy a stock like this in general, I would buy it at probably $6.45 or something. And then there's potential for it to easily go to $8. Knight Transportation, it's a trucking business. And same thing, I would probably be looking to buy it at 34.3, and it's 2.6 billion, positive. Okay, CRI, Carter's, it's apparel manufacturing, $4 billion company, 0.74 debt to equity ratio. I would probably be looking to buy it at around $91. And look, there's potential for this stock to move up to $110 by the end of the year. That's really great. And here's the thing, that this stock has a potential to move 44% annually, which is really nice. 40%, and if we are even able to capture 20% of that, that's phenomenal based on our low risk reward system. Here is Murphy's USA specialty retail, positive numbers. I would probably look to buy. This might actually be a good trade. I might actually put it on my list to buy it at about $68.88 once there's a breakout over the last few weeks pricing. And this thing can easily hit up to $80, $78, $10 a share. And as you can see, it has a potential of moving about 41% annually. Now, let me see if I can show something else here. So here currently, I have a list of stocks that do fall in that Sharia compliant parameters. So you have market cap of 2 billion, debt to equity ratio of positive numbers or less than 30. And I would just want to show you some numbers like Clayton Williams. This company is absolutely ridiculous. Just to give you an idea, this is on the right. As you can see, earlier this year, in 2016 April, this stock was as low as $6.35. And now this is an energy company, right? Right now they're at $129.72. It's ridiculous how much they've moved. Within a couple of weeks they moved 60%. Then they just kept on moving 10, 20%, 30%. It's ridiculous. Imagine if every now and then we're able to get a stock like this one where people are buying it at $10 a share and it moves to $40, $50 within a year. And their risk is maybe, $2 or $3 a share. So that's phenomenal. Those are exactly the kind of trades that I look for repeatedly every day, keeping in this parameters. And it's amazing when you see stocks like this. That's what's beauty about this, is that if we use our methodology the right way, our algorithms, along with, we can generally find these Sharia compliant, dare I say, socially responsible, halal, ethically sound stocks, and that can give you 20, 30 times the return on your investment, like what a lot of VCs get out there. Another example is AKO. This company is at an all-time high, so a breakout in the price above this next week at $27.33 can probably continue increasing. And as you can see, it's increased more than 10 times in the last year. Just to show that as an example, we can just come down here. In the beginning of 2016, the lowest it hit was $2.59, and now it's at $27. That's amazing to me, that we can find opportunities like these once stocks start to show potential. So if I were to buy the stock, I would probably buy it at I would probably buy it on this day, because this is when it's breaking out above the highest it's been for the year. Or even on this day, I could buy it with a stop down here at about $3.68 and buying it at around $5. If I'm putting a $2 a share risk and I'm making $20, that's a good return. And that's exactly what I want to teach people, is to train them to look for low risk, high reward, high probability trades. Now HK is exactly what I talk about. Just because a company is Sharia compliant does not necessarily mean it's the right time to buy it. As you can see, HK has been in a massive downtrend, and right now it feels like it's going to continue going down. If it drops below this all-time low of $6.80, it can go down to $5, $4, maybe even $1. So if you're looking to short, this might be a good shorting trade. Semiconductors, this one, if it breaks out, see, it's at an all-time high. So if it breaks out above that all-time high price, boom, that's a winner. Kemet, it's doing the same thing. It's kind of reaching its resistance levels, so I might be a little wary about this one. This one's kind of at the resistance levels as well. Excellus, it might continue going up, so a little weary. AMD is a great stock. 2016, it was at $1.75 at its lowest, and right now it's at $13, $14. You know, these kind of positions, there's many stocks that are tech companies or, you know, in the right industry, what we discussed before, that we can find stocks like these always. Valiant Pharmaceuticals, this one's in a downtrend. If you're looking to short, again, but you know, it qualifies as one of those with those parameters. This is Clovis Oncology. I would probably be looking to buy it at a breakout above this price. So yeah, and that's the thing, right? You can find tons and tons of stocks like this that are in this business, that are doing this, and you know, all we have to do is maybe every week, even if we just send 2 trade alerts, and these are the same trades that we are taking on our own, that I think is even more than enough for a lot of people. AMKR is a semiconductors company. The only issue is that it has a negative debt to equity ratio, and we can look into that. But see, it's breaking out. It's at 7.5% increase. Okay, edit MME. US Steel. See, all these are all the stocks that meet those criterias of, you know, less than 30 debt to equity ratio, over $500 million market cap. Yeah, that's the beauty of this. See, here's an example of Coca-Cola. I might actually be taking this trade because Coca-Cola breaks above $42.61. This stock can easily move 10% in value. And you know, that's Coca-Cola. Who doesn't like sugar? All right, man. I hope this kind of gives you a better idea of what I'm doing, what I'm looking at. What I will be really needing help on is just kind of verifying, hey, is this a stock that we can kind of send our students, our subscribers to take as a Sharia compliant stock? Is it meeting those, you know, socially responsible standards, Sharia, you know, ethically sound, you know, halal standards on the back end? So that's where I'll really be needing you, and I think we have the product built. We're ready to go with it. All right, I hope this one helps you out. Talk to you soon. Assalamu alaikum.